Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm sorry. Let me fix my attitude. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Excuse me, I'll clear my throat. Thank you all again for tuning in to the stream, to the chit chat, to the liveness, to the wordness, to the turdness. Shout out to Key and Peel. I truly appreciate all of it. Um, I don't want to go too great into detail about some of the things that I'm going to discuss, but I'm going to discuss it. I got an email wanting to cover the whole issue with Starbucks. I got this email earlier today, but this email wanted to address Starbucks closing 8,000 corporate stores for racial bias training. Yeah, you heard me. Starbucks executives closed down 8,000 stores in order to have a 4-hour racial bias training. Okay, let me weigh in real quick. And let me hit my points. I'm going to hit them hard. And I'm going to jizz all over the face of this issue. And then I'm going to go to sleep. My first problem was, one, this is a publicity stunt. This is not a grand design to fix anything. So, with that being said, sticking to the first point, this isn't going to solve anything. You're trying to teach people not to be racist. You're trying to teach people how to cover up their racism. Okay. Whether they're racist, because racism is an act of depriving somebody of something. You're trying not to tell them to be racist, but be a bigot. Say how you want to say it, but still serve them. Say what you want to do to them, but still serve them. You need to change the heart of a person, not the policy and the procedures of how you carry out your business. So my first issue was with that. We're not going to change the people or hire people that are more, I don't want to say ethnic or cultural or cultured. We're just gonna continue to provide training to teach people, hey, maybe you shouldn't say these things about John because John's naturally a decent guy. No, they're not. I mean, I understand what the scope of this training is supposed to be, but you want to change the people, not provide them with training. I understand somebody like, well, what else are you supposed to do? You're supposed to do some type of training with them. I mean, yeah, but this is a whole different level. This is not. This is how Starbucks employees should treat people of color. This isn't how Susan should treat people of color. Because Susan can flip it on and off as a switch when she's at the job. Point number 2. They know, Starbucks CEOs, executives, COOs, marketing managers, they know that if they want to continue to remain the greatest drug dealing brand in America, yes, I said it, even in Wakanda, they have to appeal to the masses, which is do anything and everything that I can not to lose my money. It could be a possibility that this training could work, yeah, but I highly doubt it in those areas where that tension, that racial tension is thick. I don't believe it'll change. With time, it will, and the dying off of generations, it will. But this training does nothing. To me, it does nothing. That's just my opinion. And so, a third point would be that I would have to point out is after the fact that I'm pointing out that they're trying to just cover up, teach people how to be, bigots instead of racist. and how they're trying to save a buck. A third point that I want to point out is the people who are being offended by Starbucks and not just the whole closing down of stores for the training, but in general being offended by Starbucks. Starbucks put this out because they saw a dip in their money. It's not just people. It's not just, African American people, Hispanic people, European of brown descent. You got your Russian white, and you got your Italian white. They just a little bit more. They just a little bit more. Got a little bit more cinnamon in their skin. And my thing is, you want to hold power, right? You want to hold power. The best way to do it is not do it like I want to hold down these people. No, you do it. You try to do it in respect to. You try to do it in respect to the craft. All right. This is a tactical war that they're not trying to raise. This is a tactical war, and they're going to use strategic methods in order to keep you coming back. Knowing goodness well that the people hold the power. We have the power to shut Starbucks down. We have the power to shut anything down. If people decide no longer that they're going to value a certain thing, all they have to do is unanimously make that decision, and that thing that was once valued will become non-existent. I can give you a prime example. It wasn't because Damien sold FUBU that ruined FUBU. It's because people stopped believing in the brand. I mean, they just stopped believing in the brand. And that's just a clothing line. It wasn't to the fact that people really start buying into Mitsubishi cars. The brand decided to ruin itself. The people saw no more value in it because it wasn't holding up to what it was supposed to do. Starbucks let people down. The incident stemmed from those two men coming inside the store wanting to use the bathroom. Now, I say this: if you're going to put on a public notice that you need to put this for people to not get it confused. On your door, it needs to say you are not allowed to use the restroom unless you are a paying customer. If you don't have that, then everything else is left up to interpretation. And it just so happened that they were being denied a chance to use the bathroom because they have a policy. I'm not saying that store was reaching. They could have had multiple incidents. But who knows? Who truly knows who was really there when it was really going down? You don't know. You only can speculate and get exactly what was going on and feel the vibe or the tone through what people are showing you and telling you. And so I see this as an exploit of the fullest. They're going to manipulate this whole system. I know some people are going to be like, nah, man, they're not trying to manipulate the system. Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. All you have to do is, they could have targeted that area. I'm not saying they didn't. They could have targeted that area, right? Marketing, hit up management, replace people, do whatever you need to do, right? Those guys won the lawsuit. The people donated everything they needed to donate to the community. They wanted to see it improve. They did the right thing, trying to expose it. But now I think people are starting to be offended because I don't want to say this was a race baiting card. This was a race card being used. It could have been. The guys are like coming to the store. Hey, can we use the bathroom? No, the bathrooms are paying customers. Oh, how you know we're not paying customers? Well, because you ain't bought nothing. You have to be a paying customer. I won't buy something when I come out the bathroom. Nah, that's all right. See, me, myself, I like to go to restrooms at McDonald's. Places like that if I'm out and about or if I'm riding. Because they're not going to give me this type of hassle in the areas where I grew up at. But this is Starbucks we're talking about, man. This is Starbucks. Everybody know who Starbucks is. Everybody know what Starbucks is what target area Starbucks is for. I mean, come on, it's not rocket science. It's for a sect of class of people that think a certain way. I noticed I didn't say it was a race of people, but it's a class of people that think a certain way. And so when they feel like, and this is the era of being offended. If you are offended, best believe you're going to get a lawsuit. Best believe you're going to get a lawsuit. So at the same time, I feel sorry for Starbucks, but I don't feel sorry for Starbucks. One, I don't feel sorry for Starbucks because they should have already had implemented this bias training. That's what they're trying to do now. Well, we're trying to implement it to save face. Yeah, go ahead. In the future, you might benefit from that. But in a sense, I do feel some type of pity for Starbucks because one, this could be somebody trying to use the race card and we don't know what was happening. Yeah, they got the video out, but you know how videos go. They only start halfway through it. And somebody like, oh well, I better record this. You never know. You never know. But I do know this thing. I don't go to Starbucks. So I could care less. People, if you really want to see this place stop and cease to exist, stop going to Starbucks. And I know some smart person is going to be like, oh, well, you can do that with everything. Yeah, you can. We continue to put value on things that shouldn't have any value on. We make these people rich because we want to make them rich. I enjoy good coffee. You can make that own goddamn coffee yourself, but you choose not to. So what? So what you want other people to do? You want other people to make it for you. But then, soon as you find out their intentions ain't really for you, it's for you to spend a certain color, then you start to get upset. If I have a problem with the hardware store in my neighborhood, and it is owned by a Caucasian group of men, and I go in there and they treat me like crap, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm not gonna try to take up no lawsuit up against them, and I'm not gonna try to rally up the troops and whatnot. Any person who I come in contact with, and they ask me about their hardware store, I'm saying, I don't shop at the hardware store. Maybe you should. You might have a different response. That person could have been having a bad day, and the other person could have been reaching. We never know. But having a racial bias training to save face, I feel like it's a sucker way. You might as well go ahead, go to the dentist, do the whole root canal, get your mouth flossed and flushed and teeth whitened, and leave with a sucker, because you just did a sucker move. They caved in the pressure. That's how I feel. You caved in the pressure, and now you're making it seem like this wasn't an isolated incident. This is an incident all over. It was an isolated incident. It's not, it is what it is. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the content, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the share, comment, do whatever you need to do in order to get this message heard. I'll leave my email in the description box for suggestions. Please hit me up with suggestions. And you guys have a great day.